But what about the picture me and you after the garden show, just me and you in the empty garden?
Yeah,
having
how
a
great
moment.
is that? It's a beautiful picture.
But as we're having that moment, you're mad at me because of this
No,
Max
but I
thing.
wasn't mad at that moment.
You had to wait to be mad? I'm like,
Yeah, that was an incredible night.
Ant, help me out here.
No, but why wouldn't Anthony?
I don't like
Anthony,
getting...
please, you keep interrupting. You really you got to stop already. This is between us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right.
People put anger down sometimes, and it comes back at a weird time.
That's what I'm trying to.
What happens.
That's the thing I'm trying to understand, because all I wanted for the last few years was a reason why you were mad at me, and you never
I'm
would
telling
give
you
it.
the reason.
And
How it came out.
And you know,
I
never left messages, but I did call cell phone numbers I had for you.
I got nothing from you.
No, I did not leave messages because I was like, well, if he picks up the phone, I'm gonna ask him, like, at least tell me why. That's
And
all.
I would have.
All right. And then, but you didn't tell me why, and then
But I would have.
We sabotaged your Brother Wee's interview, and you hung up. Whatever, that's fine. But Ant, do you get this?
That was not. You know what? The Weez thing was something that Norton brought to my attention, and the reason I hung up was that was not the time to do this on someone else's show. That's why when Jimmy brought this up, I'm like, all right, I'll come up there. I don't got a problem. You know I never have a problem facing anybody. It's just when it happens.
Get Anthony's point of view, because sometimes I'm looked at as like the lunatic, the hothead. But like Ant,
but you are a hothead.
I understand. What's your thoughts on this?
I see Dice was angry, and he's a complete lunatic, so it took 2 years for the anger to come out.
Yeah. How come he understands that? And you can't get past it.
Because I'm like, I'm reactionary. If I'm mad, I can't hold it in for 2 years. I can't hold it in for 20 seconds.
What? Well, no, I unload also, constantly.
Right, but
that's a different
you let
story.
this fester for years when one phone call would have taken care of it, and we could have still done the radio part of it.
No, one call wasn't going to take care of it, because, number one, you went through something terrible.
Right.
Yeah, so what should I do?
No, you could have called me before the terrible thing, because we were hanging out then.
I don't have... Kenny, you got the dates?
No, you don't need dates.
No,
but
exactly.
But you do know that we ran into
I know we
each
hung
other
out.
Not a lot, but a couple times.
Yeah,
at the
you came out
store.
to the comedy store. We went to the gym.
You were excited. Honestly, you were excited to see me. We did a whole day together. We went to the supermarket together. We did a little shopping as you were in your silly outfit.
You couple of faggots. Holy shit.
Not silly enough?
No, you're rocking. You know.
Yeah.
You're rocking, but
I'm all that.
I'm all that.
I'm all that.
And we went to the Gold's Gym and worked out for maybe 7 minutes, and then we went on a hike, and we had all these moments. We sat in the temporary apartment you had to get because you were going through a time yourself at that point.
Yeah, what, do you think that ever ends?
I don't know.
That doesn't end.
But all I'm saying is, like,
festers.
You obviously handle it differently. I'm like, I see it as a lot of opportunities there to like discuss this Max thing.
All right, so we're discussing it.
Years later.
Yeah, well, I was going through something myself.
I don't even know you anymore.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but you do. That doesn't go. I didn't see Norton for a few years. We just started talking.
He's the same creep he always was.
It was the same thing. Sitting at the diner was the same. We haven't done that in years.
Right.
It was the exact same thing.
What about going to the deli here?
How many memories you want to bring up? How about when we went sweatshirt shopping?
I remember that.
What about when we picked out silverware and we were going to move in together? What about that?
What about discussing window treatments in my old joint?
Remember, medium or well done.
Remember you told
Which
Kenny,
way?
Oh, that's...
Remember you
bet a
told...
Bosco.
You bet.
No.
Bosco.
Yeah, and then I say you bet.
Yeah.
What? You bet a Bosco.
Bosco.
You bet. See? But you messed it up.
I know.
Remember you...
It's been a while.
I totally forgot that.
Oh,
Remember you
yeah.
would've let
I love
Kenny-
that
Which
one.
way? You
That's
bet a
the goal.
Bosco.
Bosco.
No.
You bet.
You bet.
Yeah. Remember you let you made Kenny sit in the limo to walk around my
Remember
new
the time-
joint?
Medium well
Today-
done also.
Where me and you were walking in the street
Sure.
and we were talking about some heavy stuff.
Discussing, the...
Yeah, see? That's heavy
That's
shit.
shame.
The thing?
Did you... Wait a minute.
What?
You're not single.
I'm getting married in November. See, we haven't talked in a long time.
No,
The
but,
old
all right,
one's-
so-
To a
all right.
man, too, which is really odd. You
let
haven't
me
spoken for
tell
a
you
while.
The old one is long gone, and my new girl is amazing.
They're all amazing at this point. let me just say this, just to get off of. Remember when we?
Remember when?
when we weeded the garden together. You really getting married again?
I never was married.
All right, but you're getting married.
Yeah.
All right. I got engaged.
Right. You're engaged now?
I was. You know how angry that made my wife when that happened?
That'll do it.
So,
Maybe that's not far from the truth.
But then
bring home a girlfriend.
Then you end the engagement.
I mean,
how far are you going to take something like that? Are you really going to marry her? You're going to go through it?
I want, even though he's not a little Max anymore, because I've seen him on TV and stuff. He's a big boy now, but I want my own Max.
You don't got to marry. All right, if you're going to get married, I know how people are when they're going to do that. Remember this.
Yeah.
No matter what kind of hatred winds up building between the two of you, which you hear why he's laughing? Because he knows.
He's been there.
Yeah, no, because he knows what's coming. So enjoy those first couple weeks. No matter what happens, when the disdain sets in, when all the little things that you loved about her make you just absolutely despise her. Like when all of a sudden they're sitting with a fucking box of Cheez-Its on the bed, crunching with the bun in her hair and no makeup, and walking around the house with fucking flip-flops, hitting the back of her fucking feet, where all those cute things fucking make you want to vomit. At that moment in time, don't ever think of divorcing her, ever. Because if you do have your own little Maxes, even after the divorce, the settlement, the alimony, the child support, and you could turn around to Anthony and go, boy, I'm glad that's all over.
Right.
That's when it first begins. Because now all they're left with is the anger and the hatred for you that maybe you do have a new girlfriend that you like and that you're getting into. So no matter what she does, when you're married to her, you can't get mad. If in the middle of the night she was angry, maybe during dinner, and she takes an electric saw and cuts off your foot, you look at her and go, "Oh, that must have been an accident. I didn't really like that foot anyway. That's my bad foot. That foot's how did you know? I love you." If she cuts your whole fucking leg off, go, "I love you for that, because you knew it was itching." Yeah. Shit like that. Never, ever leave. Get 1,000 girlfriends, get them apartments, whatever the fuck they want. Stuff your fucking balls right up that fucking pirate's eye. Just don't ever leave the wife. Always look at her and smile and go, "You're the fucking best." You got it? And you'll be thanking me a couple years from now.
Yeah.
You'll thank me.
The anger and the expense that goes along with a divorce is ridiculous. There's no other. You could be an astronaut doesn't have as much stress and pressure on him as a guy going through a divorce. It's just the worst fucking thing. You get to the point where you're frothing at the mouth that you're so angry with another human being that you're wishing, and not just, "I wish that person was dead." You're wishing actual death on people just so this ends. Just so it ends. And the physical
I actually used to do
stress.
a joke about that. And I was even in love at the time. You know what I mean? I say, it's not even about marriage. I go, when I break up with a girl, I just like I'm dead. This way, you're not going to run into him at the grocery. Nobody's going to come back and say, "Oh, you know what she said about you," after you've been clobbering her with your fucking cock for years. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to come back.
Right.
Why'd you move the mic when you wanted to laugh?
What? I was just.
See, you don't even know what you just did.
What the hell is wrong with
I'm
you?
fucking around. But I'm saying, so I would say that because it does. It just gets brutal. Even if it's a girlfriend or somebody maybe you fucked 1 or 2 times by accident, you know what I mean? Shit like that. It just never ends.
Yeah, but you can't talk anyone out of it. Not that I would. I mean,
no, I don't want to talk you out of it. I'm
Lindsay's
sure
great
she's
girl.
a nice girl.
And but the whole, I don't understand how anyone gets married these days. No matter how much you feel about the person, the married thing it just amazes me. I've seen too much grief come out of it, and even the happily married people, they joke about being miserable all the time.
Are you making a big wedding? Are you doing that?
Yeah.
Ugh. By then, everybody hates everybody anyway.
But did you do the big wedding back in the day?
No, I don't know. No. We went, Kenny, you even remember, right? We went one day. Kenny wasn't there, but it was like a week I wasn't in concert, to be quite honest.
Right.
And I said, why don't, because I wanted to marry her for a couple of years. So we went, you know, just to a temple. You know, I had a little talk with the rabbi.
But you're from Brooklyn. You're like Italian, I thought.
No.
He's got to be an ass.
It's not about, what are you, it's stopping my flow. I'm trying to tell you something. It was a rabbi. It was some of the rabbi's friends that were hanging around, you know, for a witness. And, you know, we went for lunch. Then we went home and went to sleep. We already had a kid.
Yeah. Well, that's nice.
My kid had the best time. He had a better honeymoon than me. We went to Hawaii.
It worked for you.
I never saw a kid have so much fun. I was miserable.
Hey,
with the non-speaking lady that came with us, you know, whatever the fuck she was,
nanny or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Non-speaking.
So I'm just getting off our argument for a minute. You're right. You know.
That's fine. I'm not going back to that. But what's up with poor Kenny? Kenny doesn't know why you hate him.
I don't know.
What could you say to poor Kenny?
If I had to say it quick, you know, what really bugged me, because Kenny, you know, we're not close today, but
his dry hair.
I looked at Kenny as one of my best friends, like you looked at me as a friend,
right?
And I don't know. I don't want to do it on the air because you know what I mean. I don't want to say the other person's name. He might know, but without.
Well, maybe you're talking code. Maybe you're talking code.
Yeah, all right.
Because Kenny's...
So Kenny, you know, when Max had his bar mitzvah...
The double talk.
All right, so Max flying in, right?
Kenny, you're scared of him.
No, this is it. At Max's bar mitzvah,
right.
At his bar mitzvah, which, you know, Kenny went up and he did stuff on you know, the pulpit, the whole thing, because it's one of my best friends. But at that, you know... At the bar mitzvah, he mentioned somebody. I talked about some of my ex-wife's friends that didn't show up. I was like, you see, they didn't even back her up at this. And these are people I fought about. And he brought up one in particular and said, I talked to her a lot. And Kenny knows you know, I am about loyalty with my friends. And I felt that was, and I just looked at him. I didn't want to argue with him because there was a bar mitzvah happening. And it really just bothered me that you were having conversations with her because you told me you talked to her a lot. You know who I'm talking about.
So 2 years later, you got upset with him?
Yeah. And it was like she was hanging with she took like the side of the wife. And Kenny's my friend, and I would confide in him. And you know what? You know, he's never been through divorce, and I hope you never do go through divorce. But
I'm divorced.
Are you really?
No.
When did that happen? What the
Jesus.
fuck? So it just bothered me, and I said, in my mind, I just couldn't be friends because I'm like, here's somebody I totally confide in. One thing I will bring up that I was screaming at him one day because he actually told, I think it was Norton, that I was getting divorced, right? And we talked about this yesterday, and I flipped out going, why the fuck, you know, this I could say, why the fuck would you tell Norton anything that's going on, you know, with my wife? Why would you do that? If I want to tell him I'm getting fucking divorced, I'll be the one to tell him.
Right.
You know, but, you know, look, everybody's got their own personality. But the point... No, but... So, he didn't do it maliciously, but it was something I wouldn't do. You know what I mean? So, it really bothered me.
Why didn't you explain that to him?
Because I was really angry. It was like with
but that's what,
not the Norton thing. The Norton thing I said to him. We were in Vegas at the time.
But that's the ongoing theme today. It's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah, well,
but
you know what? I got to be who I am
to people that are quote your friends.
Because I looked at it as you are my friend, and you know you're talking to this person, and now you told me you are, you know, and you know I'm having him, you know, in the ceremony for my kid's bar mitzvah, and you know through all the years, you know. There were times Kenny didn't work for me, that we'd fight, you know, and I would bring him back because he was my friend.
Right.
There was even a time where my ex-wife would say, why don't you just fucking fire him? I go, what do you mean? You're talking like I know the guy for a day. He's my friend. You know what I mean? You just don't fire your fucking friend. I mean, you know, 15 years before that, who cares? And even then, in a month, he was working for me again because I liked him and we built a friendship. But, 15 years later, what do you mean? Just fire him? Just call me, you're fired.
Right.
This isn't a job with a corporation. I'm a fucking comic. I got more angry at Huff for saying that, because he was somebody that watched my back all those years.
That was my joke.
I'm just reworking it.
It worked that time.
I missed this. I missed the big joke.
You said I got angry at her, and Opie said, "What'd you tell her 3 years later?"
See, because you hold the anger in so long.
No, but I didn't hold it in with her.
See, that could be fun.
No, of course not. Now that I see.
Yeah, that
you
me
didn't.
too.
See, I think Dice figures also.
No, so wait,
why is it always Dice's job to have to call people and say have the talk?
Wait a minute. So, anyway, that's what happened. That's why I was angry with Kenny. I mean, I saw him today. I'm glad to see you today. I'm glad I'm up here. Just like even when I made up with Stern, I didn't go in to fight. You know what I mean? Yeah, you want to talk it out. You want to put it behind us or not? That's how I am. Because it is life is it's fucking temporary. And, if there are people you like, sooner or later you got to make up with them. That's it. Or else it's a waste. If you don't have your friends, if I'm, Jameson's with me all the time. Florentine, when he's not headlining, will work with me. Mm-hmm. He doesn't even look to take money from me when he works. We just like being together.
Right.
Thank God Norton's career took off. You know what I mean? And he's doing phenomenal. And I was glad to see that, and I'm glad I was part of pushing him a little, that he opened for me and met you guys, and now he's got his own career. That's great.
Well, people need to know.
I was actually angry when
Jim's
Kenny
on
went.
this show. Jim's on the show because of you.
Let me finish a statement.
Jim's on this show because of you.
No, but I'm not taking credit for it. I'm just saying it's a shame that we haven't been talking, because if I'm fighting with you guys, well, can't call Norton because he's in that camp. And it's really stupid, especially because we are people that make the whole country laugh. Even when 9/11 happened, you guys had to go on the air. You know what I mean? It was all you guys that had to, keep it moving and try to make whatever relief you could make happen for people. Think if there was no radio, if there were no comics, if there, you can't just keep it a constant battle. When I go on stage, my anger is funny because it's fake anger. It's an angry comic. But if you go on with real anger, and there were a couple years I did go on that way, I wasn't funny because I meant every word. I really did hate going on stage. I was going through an awful marriage, divorce, whatever the fuck it was. Obviously, I'm not too fucking mad now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I've gotten past a lot of fucking things.
You sure did.
But that's how I am. But no, now when I perform, I'm having a good time.
Right.
That's the difference. Even my father always says, he goes, I don't care how dirty you are, as long as you're funny. He goes, when you go up angry about something, and that were years. I went through a lot of shit, like we all do. There were years I went up there, and I didn't want to be up there, but yet my job is to make people laugh at the end of the day. No matter what you go through, at the end of the day, make them laugh. Mm-hmm. Because if they're paying to see you and to laugh at the shit they're going through, it's my job to make that happen.
Right.
So, there's just a lot of shit that's gone down. So with Kenny...
Let's get a moment. Let's get a moment from Kenny. How are you feeling today, Kenny?
I didn't know this was going to happen until 15 minutes before it happened.
I know, we didn't feel like telling
you. I even would tell Kenny, I even told Jameson, we've talked about this because he's with me a lot. And I say, he would say, does Kenny know, like, what happened with you guys? And I would tell him the story and who it was. And I would say, you can tell him that because, things do pass, you don't stay angry full time, and, it really bothered me, too, that we weren't talking, and that's it. To go any further and tell him that was the reason I was angry with him, because it was a lot of years together.
I think if somebody was talking to my ex-wife, and then I found out one of my friends was talking with her like that, that would probably piss me off.
Yeah, and
it would seem like a thing.
Do you remember
I just
when
know
you told
personally.
Me?
I don't know the situations, but I think that would piss me off.
Yeah, but I don't want to say anything you might not remember, or maybe you do remember. Do you remember when you told me that?
No, I don't specifically remember, but
we were up at the pool at the hotel, and you said, I said, why isn't she here? And you said, she wanted you to invite her. And I looked at you like, why would you not? And you said, well, I talked to her a lot, and that I didn't want to argue with it. It was a beautiful occasion.
So
Number one, it was stressful.
So we got to watch every word we say.
No, not at all.
About 10 years later.
You know what?
10 years.
When it comes to my two boys, I am completely defensive.
I can't argue that point. I understand, but wow, you should have just told someone sooner is all I'm saying. What do you got on Anthony that's going to come out like years from now?
Nothing. I love the impression.
Nah.
Okay.
I would even say on the air.
Why
I don't even care what he says because
why does
he
Anthony
does the
always
best,
skate?
Because he has the best impression of me. It's the reason I ever came up here. Kenny would call me constantly and go, Anthony was on again doing, Andrew Dice Gay. This is before I ever came up here.
Dice Gay?
Yeah,
that was a
he's
fun
gonna
one.
be at the Olive Garden.
We had you as a janitor back in the day.
Whatever it was, and he goes, you got to do something. You got to go up there. So he's really the one that brought me up here. Because I didn't know you guys. I think you were just on in New York at the time.
Yep.
And I'm going, Kenny, what do I get? Let him do the impression. It's good. Yeah, but he says you're going to be at the Olive Garden. But he's saying it like he's you. You know how he talks.
Yeah.
I'm going, but he's not me. And the people listening know he's not me. And then, we got together.
This could hurt you, Andrew.
They're saying bad things about you.
Yeah, he really did. But,
Do you want me to crack
but that's
some
what I'm
skulls?
talking about with loyalty. That was his loyalty to me, calling me and just not liking, even though it's a great impression, he didn't like how you did. The whole idea is making fun of the person you're doing.
So out of loyalty, didn't he deserve like an explanation?
Not after that, in my opinion, no.
Wow, I'm not going to understand that anytime soon.
Because it was almost like, in my opinion, maybe I'm wrong, it was like a slip when he told me he's talking to her. And it's not even like talking to another guy. It's the wife's closest friend. So I'm going, in my mind, I saw both of them talking on the phone. He's telling her about what I'm feeling.
Oh, God damn.
And that girl even brought problems into the last relationship I had. Bullshitting about, she's just a big fucking mouth. Just a big fucking mouth. No, but I don't have to tell her off because I'm not close with her.
Yeah.
I don't have to not be friends with her. You understand that? I know you're the guy that gets that.
I do get that part because
if she cuts both your legs off, you still love her. Remember that.
I'll remember. Thank you, Dad.
Just put a little metal cup around your gog. Keep that there. You can still bounce even if you got stubs.
Hey, look at Kenny.
No, if you want to say, I mean, we are here. I mean,
I'm glad we have some closure. No, I never know. Don and Jim used to tell me that you would always ask about me and say nice things about me, but they never told me the reason.
Because you're 6'5", and they're scared,
and you're not all there.
Yeah,
you might take it the wrong way.
Yeah, no, even when Kenny went through the. Are you allowed to talk about it all?
Yeah, I'm retired now. I got my pension.
Okay, good.
When he went through his thing.
Let me tell you,
the retirement.
Let me tell you, even when he went through that, and I was angry at him, defended you, when I was asked about it by actually a newspaper. I don't know what newspaper, but on the air, I defended him. Because one thing has nothing to do with the other. I mean, I've been close with him and his family most of my life, really. My adult life. So I'm not going to rip apart somebody because I'm angry about something else.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I defended him with that. And the only thing I did get angry about is why didn't you just book every club in the country that day? That's all I could think is, I go, he's all over the news. Everybody knows the name Ken Feder today. Or I don't know if Ken Feder.
Right.
Why didn't he just call Dennis and book every fucking club in the country at a $60 ticket? Fuck the pension that you make more in 2 weeks than you make in 3 lifetimes. That's all I went crazy. Like, I wanted to call you and go, what are you waiting for? Because, those things, Well,
let's book it tomorrow.
It was so big.
It'll have the same effect.
it was like Federmania. Federmania. And I'm going, where is he? I'll put him in front of me. Let's just book it. It's like when the guy, remember when you would remember this, the millionaire guy?
Right.
Yeah. And I called this guy. He was a comic. And it was like one of the first reality shows, like Marry a Millionaire. Mm-hmm. And he married that the fuck was her name? The one she wound up like showing her slice in
Darva Conger?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who wants to marry a millionaire?
She paraded her little hatchet cut around town for a while. Here, look at me. This is me now. Look at like my smile. Fucking bunch of slobs, all of them. Anyway, what happened is when that show happened, you know, I knew the guy, you know, and I called him. I said, look, because I knew he wasn't a phenomenal comic, but he's got 10 minutes. I said, if you want to open for me, my agent said, you'll open for me. We'll book a whole tour. You got to do 10 minutes. I'm the one that I got to come out and do an hour. So he's all into it. And then because the media was all over him, because he was just a talentless guy, really, you know, he calls me up. He's booked for Larry King, and he goes, you don't understand. I got to go on King, like it's his buddy, and clear my name. And that was the last time I heard of him or anybody heard of him.
That was it.
You know, but that was a guy that was struggling in comedy for 20 years already. You know, Kenny is a law enforcement person that got the shot of a lifetime. And I'm going, book! Just fucking book the road. Did you say that to him? The way you're shaking your head.
No, it makes sense now. Maybe we should have thought it too.
That's all I can think. I'm going, this is a gold mine.
I think he was worried about his pension at the time, to be honest with you. I think he was scared out of his fucking wits. He didn't know what was going to happen to him. And he's got the 2 kids and stuff, and he needed to make sure they did the right thing. The police department.
Yeah. Oh, so you were nervous about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know. You know, it was a bad scene at the time.
Yeah, but I was thinking. I don't know. You know what?
Everyone's phones are going off.
Yeah, but you didn't see mine.
Huh? What's yours? Of course, you have the best phone.
That's not about the best.
Is it the Ring?
I call it Commando.
Commando. Wow. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
The underwater phone.
Underwater phone, so you can call people from underwater.
This is Dylan now.
I'm underwater.
I'm a 13-year-old.
He's growing up.
He's
wow.
13.
Awesome.
One of the greatest guitarists you'll ever hear.
I thought he was doing the drum thing.
You see what I mean? Another
been a long
insult.
time. It's been a long time.
Max
is
Max
the
drummer.
drummer. You're right.
Dylan's the guitarist.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a prodigy. He's only 13. Did their first gig last week at the Canyon Club.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Were you
All original.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was there.
All right.
I headlined the show, stupid. Was I there? And I had Commando with me, by the way.
The underwater phone.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah, think about it.
I have.
You know how everybody tells you what to have?
You live in L.A. It's very dry out there for the most part.
No, not with the ocean.
Well, you're far from the ocean.
See,
No.
I'm talking about making calls
what they have on
underwater.
their phone.
And
This
the ocean's
goes
cold.
800 feet under the water.
800 feet.
Yeah, let's say you're having a problem with somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
You dive into the ocean, you call the police, you know what I mean? And
You're
you
eaten by a
wait.
shark.
They
Wait.
can't catch you because you're underwater, but your phone still works.
Well,
It
why
is
get in a
brilliant.
fight with a guy? You're going to fuck up your clothes. You're going to fuck everything up. So
Right.
you wait.
So you jump in, you call the police. He's there alone because you're
And he's
underwater.
looking for you, and you got the phone.
You got the phone. The cops show
Yeah,
up.
who
He's like,
cares
what are you
about
doing?
music? There's a radio in a car. I don't care if it downloads music. It's Commando.
I'm under here now. You're a mess. I
But
gotta
yeah,
be
no,
honest with
the
you.
kid, they're phenomenal performers. L.A. Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All original. Mixture of like Guns N' Roses and Led Zeppelin.
Nice.
I got to pump them
Wow.
because they're doing
Yeah.
that thing now.
That's
What,
good.
you play guitar?
Nah, my brother does.
Why are you pumping him? We don't
He's
have an
good.
audience, according to you, and
Oh, Jesus.
we're past our prime.
Now he won't let
Too
it.
sensitive. You know what? Everybody's
won't let it go.
sensitive.
I'm going for little jokes like you.
Oh, I'm
this was
sorry.
my thing.
Oh, this
That's how I
just
do my
in.
thing.
but you
Dice
gotta
is
let-
just getting mad at his 4th grade teacher right now for a grade that he got.
You know what? I didn't like my 4th grade
No,
teacher. No.
Tomorrow we're going to do a 40-minute bid on this, right? All the other things you're mad
don't
at
care.
that are finally coming out.
You know what? There are certain things that
The
get me mad.
Hindenburg.
Right.
Nothing.
He should have known.
Nothing I heard you say.
You said you didn't say anything.
No, I heard
mean, you said
things
you didn't
that
hear
would
anything.
trickle down. No, I didn't listen.
Oh.
What do you think? I want to tune in and go, oh, let me hear them tear me to shreds? That feels good.
I'll say this. I was proud of my attack.
You know what? I'm sure it was very good. It's what you do, right?
I was proud of my attack.
Okay.
You know.
I'm happy that you're proud
I'm
of it.
sad that the relationship fell apart.
It happens.
But I'm starting to think I don't think
it's not like we roll over in the morning and go, "Good morning, honey."
You guys had a relationship.
We had a verbal disagreement.
Yeah. That's why I don't have any friends off the air that I met. Like
I was more sad about Kenny than you.
Of course.
Yeah, you should be. You guys have been together for a long time. I'm not trying to make more of it, but I did like.
Yeah, how come you don't care with how he feels,
Kenny?
Yeah,
I care deeply about how Kenny.
Yeah, he cared. Opie's a good friend to me. He cared.
Dice. Oh my God, we talked about you many times.
Calls him GH.
And
what is GH?
Greg
Hughes.
And I felt bad.
Okay, GH.
Really? Yeah. See, you've missed a lot, man. It's too bad.
I'm okay with it. You know what? I go through a living hell my whole life, I deal with it.
You missed my growing up years. Where were you?
Growing up years. You missed the college years.
Where were you when I was playing Little League and all that?
Hey, look, I was number one. I was there for you a lot. I was there for you a lot.
I know you were, but so was I.
How come when I make a point,
because you've talked for the last hour. We talked for 5 minutes.
All right, so
I'm sorry. That was a joke. That was a joke. I'm sorry.
What was so funny about the Big Joe? What was so funny about the Big Joe? Why can't you film with my camera for a few minutes? Does that air on something?
Yeah.
No, it's empty.
No, I don't think no. But I'm saying, do you use it like YouTube or shit like that?
Yeah, we might throw.
Can you do mine a few minutes just so I just like getting it like
for posterity.
It's just for fun.
Remember how? No, Dice, listen to me, please, Kenny.
I'm really a Sony guy. This was on the spur of the moment. I believe in Sony.
When are you gonna tell Canon that you're mad at them?
I didn't even say their name. You know what? But, it's just an opinion. Canon to me is not Sony.
Well, that's a good opinion.
Sony fucks you in the ass with the prices,
right?
But it's a good product.
Kenny was.
I like the Canon. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have any.
Kenny, I'm trying.
Yeah, I'm putting it on.
Kenny, I'm trying.
That should be an endorsement.
Just make sure you get everybody.
Dice. Kenny was.
Get my eyes. They're blue.
Kenny was deeply bummed out by how it went bad.
Why didn't you call me? Why I got to call everybody?
That's a good point.
Yeah, see, that's it. Everything I've heard is like, Dice, why didn't you get on the phone and call? It's like, why is it Dice's responsibility to call? He's mad. Like, if somebody picks up that Dice is mad by, secondhand hearing it, or they figure, maybe then call Dice.
I'll tell you why I called you after I realized, wow, he is fucking not happy.
I'm just
with
playing
me
the Dice's advocate here.
Because I don't remember. It might have been the Howard Show. I don't know. When we realized, wow, this guy fucking hates us. What's this about? And I did reach out to you. I did not leave a message, and you just got to believe me on that.
I do believe you.
I wasn't going to leave a message.
See, I don't think you're a liar. If I tell you something, I'm not lying. And if you tell me something,
I was like, if he picks up the phone, good. We'll try to see what happens here. That's the best I did. And I tried 2 phones.
What is this, Raging Bull, where LaMotta calls his brother and doesn't talk? Remember that? I never understood that. Yeah. No, because the brother's like, hello?
Yeah, that's
and he's just sitting there with the phone.
Yeah.
So
but he's nuts, and he had a lifelong thing about getting him down.
Yeah, trying to prove 2 things.
2 things that I'm nuts and got a lifelong thing about getting me down.
And Kenny's more of a woman than all of us, and he was.
You call those carrots?
He was deeply bummed out.
You call those carrots?
All right, Kenny, you're on your own. I can't. Yeah.
Bring it over here. Bring it over here. You want your steak? Bring it over here.
You missed my prom and everything. Where have you been?
Isn't that the greatest scene?
I love that.
Can't we talk about something fun for a minute and then?
Yeah, just
I'll sit here. You could just yell at me. I'm not gonna, I was sleeping till 10 minutes before I had to come up here.
I haven't yelled.
I'm not saying yell. I mean it like as a euphemism.
Took a cute little jab.
What does euphemism mean?
Oh no,
it's
good
something
though, right?
like something else, but yeah.
It's a young mism.
So I actually said it right? I actually said it.
Boo.
What about the big sandwiches at the Carnegie Deli? I'm remembering more stuff now. What about the big sandwiches?
Him with the memories.
I loved having it with you.
See, I'm just trying to make,
and the black cherry soda. You think I forgot that? Extra ice.
I'm allergic to cherries. Thanks for
one of my favorite Dice experiences was walking down 57
shopping.
And buying the big Everlast sweatshirts that we said maybe I should take like a medium, and he's like, no, extra large for everybody. And we all walked around with giant sweatshirts.
You call that
on.
giant? Today you could get 8X, 9X, 10X.
Yeah.
You know how phenomenal that is?
They were giant.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Yeah,
giant clothes.
And then he was haggling like we were in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
He's haggling for the price of the guy.
Yeah. No, but you know the best is when you get close to the person. And maybe now I actually put my arm around them.
No,
and I go,
they must
listen
love that.
to me. And I say it like, we're talking about cash. Like I'm the only one that has
That's
some
paying
on me.
cash.
Yeah, I'm going to pay you in cash.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you going to do here? And you look around like there's 100 people watching. I did it with Commando.
The underwater phone.
Yeah. I walked. You know what's so crazy about going in?
Just wait for the underwater phone dice
you know what's so nuts about you? You want to know what assholes people really are? You ever go buy a phone?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I went in because I knew it was late at night, like right before they close, right? And there's like 10 salespeople standing around doing nothing. This is what fucking robots these assholes are. And I come over to a guy. I go, yeah, I'm looking for a phone, whatever, you know. And guy goes, all right, you just got to check in. You know, like where you got, you know where you got to like put your name in like a computer, which I don't know how to do. Okay, and I'm going, I am checking in with you. I go, there's nobody here, but they're so robotic. I nearly didn't own Commando because of this.
That would have been tragic.
Because I'm actually looking at the guy going, you're fucking kidding me, right?
Yeah.
I go, there's 9 people standing, you're going to close in 15 minutes. Check what? Check what? Go get me a phone. Go in the back and get me a phone. That's what it became because I was so angry.
It's infuriating.
And right there and then I let him know how I felt.
Mm-hmm. But I was good.
Yeah, no, you got to get your feelings out.
Yeah,
that's what
I think
you're saying.
You're learning that, right?
Yeah.
Where's Jimmy on this whole thing?
I think that what happened is that a bunch of people who genuinely liked each other hurt each other's feelings. Everybody got their feelings hurt. And no one is good at saying my feelings are hurt.
A bunch of women.
But that's what it is. No one's good at saying, you know what, that hurts. Men, we don't react that way. We get fucking angry. Fuck you. It's very hard to go, fuck, man, that kind of hurt when you say that stung a little bit. It's very difficult to do that.
Yes, even the thing with Kenny, like, I was hurt. I was hurt. Now it's all about being hurt. That he didn't call me. I'm friends with the guy, you know, my whole life. Why isn't he calling me?
Right.
Why do I got to call all the time?
Well, in my case, I didn't know you were mad at me, or I would have called you right away.
All right, so a couple years later, when I got angry, why didn't you call me? No, because how am I going to be mad at you for hanging out in the gym and pumping iron? What am I going to get mad then and ruin the workout? We're in the cage at that moment.
What about the special hike?
The hike was nice. You've done the hike, Kenny.
The mountain.
The mountain.
Well, it's a little hill, but dice like
really. You had a tough time going up that mountain. Trust me.
No, we had to stop.
I don't like the mountain.
You don't like the mountain?
Oh. Yeah, he does. He never liked the mountain. He did it, but he didn't like it.
He has special rules. You got to stop at certain points and take a look at the view.
You got to spit the water out.
Spit the water. The whole thing.
To get in the cage.
It's exhausting. I forgot how exhausting Dice is to hang out with. You're exhausted.
But you did the mountain, didn't you?
Yeah, and
you were happy once you got there.
There was like a bench up there, and we were overlooking L.A. and we were having moments. That would have been.
Yeah.
You should have done the Max thing there.
That wasn't the time.
I'm thinking you should have done it there.
How can I start screaming? I'm exhausted.
What do you mean that's not the time? What do you want? You're waiting for us to climb Mount Everest together?
No, I'm saying we were having a great time. There'd be no reason to get angry.
So you just kept having good times until
I got angry.
It was years later.
Yeah.
And then he got angry.
A lot of times we bury things like, all right, it's in there, and then one day a cap just comes off, and it comes out. It's really, it's really.
Yeah, no, I remember we filmed that scene at the the Comedy Store.
I was a bad actor. Yeah, now you come up with some of the moments now.
Yeah, no, we were filming that. We were having fun.
Yeah, I was hoping
about
to see that
Dylan
somewhere.
saving his school.
Sure.
Right.
You have it on a
that
loop.
He swung
he
through.
has it on a loop somewhere. He watches it.
No, that he swung through the window of the school.
He was
to
like
stop these terrorists.
Oh,
he was like a superhero.
Yeah, he was a superhero
type of guy. See, we talked about your kids a lot.
I know, and then you made him feel bad. One of them.
But I didn't know, and you didn't tell me.
Now you know.
And now all this. Now what?
Well,
now
how
what?
great is this then? If I didn't do what I did, this could have never happened.
What about
this? Is a great moment.
This moment would never be.
You never helped me with my window treatments. Remember, you were walking around my place going, "Oh, window treatments."
But I
good thing too.
I took you clothing shopping.
I didn't even know what window treatments were.
But a good thing he didn't because you left that place.
Oh yeah, long gone.
And you would have those window treatments
now
would
you're
have
back
stayed.
to wearing brown. You were wearing black when you hung out with me.
Yeah.
Now you're going to earth tone.
I had a.
See? Earth tones.
What is that? Greens, browns.
I had to get in touch with,
Just go black. If it white, brown, green, black.
Black?
Like your hat.
Basic black.
Basic black. It works.
How about
There's
beige?
no thinking. Beige sickens me.
No.
It sickened me when I was when I was 10, walking around with piss stains in school. You go to the bathroom, you come back, it looks like you fucking came in your pants, and everybody's looking, and you're in bed. Fuck beige, and anybody that wears it.
So this is really weird. Like Kenny hasn't seen Dice in 4 years.
I know, but it doesn't feel like that now that I'm seeing him. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't feel like that.
He's just as handsome.
Maybe to you.
How do you feel, Kenny?
He is just as handsome. Those chiseled cheekbones, the blue eyes that sparkle like the Nile.
Oh, see?
Kenny, you're the worst. Doesn't
A little more forehead.
Mike Cole checking in, saying that he thinks Opie might be worried now that Kenny's going to leave.
Oh, I would so lose that one.
Who's Mike Cole?
He's
a cop friend of ours.
One of my new friends.
Oh, okay.
And
that tells me when he's mad at me.
He might be.
And we work it out over beer like that, and then we move back to the fun times.
Is GH getting worried Kenny's going to leave? Go back to Andrew.
Yeah.
Kenny
holds a grudge like a mosquito. He's right back in his camp.
Yeah,
like
I go to the highest bidder.
Like nothing. Like nothing.
Highest bidder.
It took 30 seconds to understand.
He had me from hello.
Kenny likes the drama.
Oh, Kenny loves drama.
He loves it.
Oh, he loves talking
Andrew,
about
these guys think I'm very pessimistic.
Yeah.
Like always giving them bad news. Like remember like when you used to first wake up?
That I forgot.
He's the
this
worst.
was Kenny, right? I could wake up, my fucking throat. All right, I'm good.
Yeah,
I could wake up in the morning, right? In a great mood. We'd be like in Vegas, like, Venetian, headline. Great, Sure. Here comes Kenny, and I see the face. He's got a face on. And I'm going, everything all right? Well, you just woke up. I don't want to
Bother you.
I go, yeah, but you got this face on, No, I'll just handle it. So I'm not, my eyes aren't even open,
So now you gotta go, what, Kenny?
So I'm going, Kenny, just fucking tell me, what is it? Well, Marty called for 3 more tickets. I'm going, yeah? He got me the gig. He got me fucking headlining at the Venetian. Give him the ticket. Well, what if he's selling them? I go, who the fuck cares? Let him sell them. I hope he's selling them.
Oh, he's the worst.
And it was always stuff like that. It was never real heavy stuff.
No.
But he'd make me so fucking nervous that I'm going, just fucking tell me. Screaming.
But that's another thing you missed, us getting to know Kenny. See, now we know that.
We know those little things.
But I didn't have to be there for you to get to know him, for your moments that might have turned into something really special.
You weren't there for our Leno appearance.
I wasn't there for that. I didn't know you did it.
I know. It would have been nice.
Letterman?
Letterman.
Leno?
And Letterman.
I couldn't care less. That's your career.
Well, as a friend,
How do you care how I've been making a living with the bullshit I go? You don't care. What do you give a fuck?
Well,
I consoled you when the thing happened when you were
What thing?
banned from the other radio.
Oh, for the Sex with Sam. Yeah, we had a long talk about
Yeah,
that.
we talked about it a lot.
You gave me...
You were really fucked up from that.
You gave me
why
great
don't you talk
advice.
about that?
I said you gave me great advice when we climbed that little tiny hill that Kenny likes to call them out.
You want to tell people something. You want to tell them about awful
them the good
stuff. Tell people how I treated you.
I told them about the stir fry and the shopping and the
that makes
gym
no.
And
tell them the real shit.
And then you tell
the
me
real
about how
stuff.
the Comedy Store's haunted, and we were there in the back room scared.
That's not what I'm talking about, and you know it. See?
How about when they butterflied his steak?
The time you sent your steak back 3 times. We thought.
Do you remember?
No.
When I told you.
We're talking about all bullshit stuff and what he felt with me.
All right.
But when you guys weren't on the air, he was very.
Oh yeah, we were all fucked up.
Yeah, but I didn't see you. You just stayed at home.
I hibernated.
We had many hours on the phone, and then especially on top of the hill. And you said they pretty much ruined you back in the day, and you told me to be extremely careful.
No, but I'm told once you were off the air, I consoled you with that stuff.
Because you said I know exactly, where you're at because I was on top of the
because who went through more than me with that shit?
And you said I went through this, and you got to be really careful because they're out to get you now.
Well, there's always the boss.
Right.
The boss of the company always wins. That's it.
I actually learned that lesson from you.
Yeah, and I would talk to you a lot. You would be calling me with that stuff, and I go, look, no matter what they pay you and who you think you are, they're still the ones paying you.
And honestly, I did learn that from you because before that happened, I thought Ant and I we were hot shit. We were syndicated all over the country. We had massive ratings. The money was flowing. I'm like, we fucking run this place. They don't run this place. I learned that lesson from you.
All right. Well, you finally said something.
I've said some nice things.
No, sir, I'm not talking about shopping.
What about the huge?
You know what I mean? This is a serious conversation. I mean, it's fun, but you got to say it the way it is.
I did.
Don't make me to be the bad guy.
Wow.
Right, Anthony?
Yeah. You're not the bad guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we're all. I think we're all.
Anthony doesn't like real moments.
I think we're all good.
He doesn't, right?
It's uncomfortable.
But he's talked to me with some heavy stuff.
Yeah.
At that time.
And Dice again gave good advice. Which he didn't listen to himself, but he gave good advice.
But that's how it is with anybody. Somebody comes to you in a relationship.
Yeah.
You got the greatest advice. The minute your chick comes down on you, the fuck did I do? How do I get it back?
What happened?
What the fuck?
Dude, how bad do you want to do the bit tomorrow?
I want to do Dice underwater phone
and
Dice mad at people for shit that happened 50 years ago.
Dice
the Nazis.
But Dice, you hung out with Hitler for many, many years.
Yeah, but I wasn't mad.
I wasn't ready to be mad. But Dice, you were his pal.
But where was he going to get mad? In the bunker?
Right. The time wasn't right. What do you mean the time wasn't right? He took out a million.
Why are you doing the bit that you're going to do tomorrow night?
Oh, yeah.
Practice.
No, tomorrow we do
you're
it.
Practicing to do
and
it
then
tomorrow?
Underwater phone service.
Yeah, this is
you hear me now?
Let me tell you something. You can't even get this.
No?
What do you think? You could walk into a phone store and go, give me the underwater phone? They're giving it to you?
Give me the Dice phone.
You ain't getting this.
Call the Dice phone.
If you want it, you would tell me.
But it has an antenna.
And I know who to call to get it for you.
It's got the window on the front.
It's got an antenna, though.
They should give this away with every Hummer sold. And I'm not talking about the one on your prick.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Look at this. This is a real phone.
It's all right.
Yeah, look. Watch what I do. I drop it. Oh, nothing happens. Why? Look at this. Industrial to go underwater.
Can I drop
800 feet.
Can I drop it?
Nobody touches this.
Can I drop it?
It's commando.
Let me go commando with it. Let's see what it can do.
I'll take your picture.
No.
800 feet.
800 feet.
Make a call at 800 feet.
Why wouldn't you just swim up to air?
I'm drowning. Oh, good picture of.
Oh, that's E-Rock Dice.
Look at that.
Dice.
Yeah, it's a good Jimmy picture.
That's right.
Can I see it?
Hey,
Look
Dice.
what I do. Save.
Dice.
I own it forever. Until I delete it.
Let me see a picture.
Well, now.
Yeah. What do you want?
Dice.
I don't know how to get them. Oh, here it is.
Dice, you missed all the new hires that we did and everything.
Yeah,
you don't. Dice.
Picture.
Dice.
I'm showing him the picture.
You don't know. You don't know E-Rock. You don't know Sam. You don't know any of these guys.
Who's the big audience out there? Why it is?
It's 4 people. I get it. We didn't invite people. They come by on their own.
They just show up.
Were you just making the?
Yeah, I was
You
making
took
a little joke like you do.
Oh, it's not fun when.
How come?
It's not fun
when
when
I
it's
make?
directed
Yeah,
at
but I
you.
didn't say how many people.
It's not fun when it's directed at you.
No,
It's
but
fun to
it's a
do
goof. I think it's a cool thing to have.
No,
some
actually,
people.
on Fridays.
Can you hear us out there? That would be funnier if they didn't. That they just sit and watch.
They just have to
Shut
watch
'em
without
down.
hearing anything.
Are you gonna,
Shut them down.
Are you going to go on Howard now and say I was there and they had 3 fans in the stands? Because that'll hurt us.
I don't have to. You just said it.
That'll make us. That'll make us sad. And that's Stan. You don't know him. You don't know any of these guys.
How's it going?
How are you?
He's a fucking barrel of laughs. This guy.
Barrel of laughs.
He's a comic, an aspiring comic.
Okay,
yes.
cool.
He's leaving
Get
the
him
show.
a little. If he becomes a big star, I got
Is
it
he?
on film.
There. You got him that door.
So, do you know Norton?
Oh yeah, we've worked together.
Anything?
Yeah. It's fun.
So
It's very dry.
This is Andrew Dice Clay, and you're no, not Anthony Dice Clay.